All the disrespect, the free playback, button check. Button check.
What is up, Button Check family? Welcome back to yet again a beautiful day. It is a real beautiful day today, and I'll let you know especially why after the video. But anyway, for now, we got some hot ass buttons to check. Chapters down below if you want to skip around. Sub button right there. I'm talking about every one of these stories just happened like today, like a few hours ago. So we're about to check everyone. Without further ado, I think I already said that. Let's go. All right, first up for them, I used to have a grudge about you and I ain't even met you yet. Buttons that need to be checked. I thought this was real interesting. Interesting if I could talk. I believe the PlayStation Esports channel posted this just a few hours ago. We got Justin Wong and Punkdagod going head to head in some Fatal Fury. They had a bet on the line, so they actually cover that right here. But also, Punk goes in depth about how he actually had some personal beef with him before he even met him, and they talk about it for the first time. Link down below for the full action. Let's go.
It's okay, it's okay. You know, I gave you your little respects, and then later on it gets rough for you. I don't know if I ever told you this story, but when we first played at the Red Bull tournament, I had like a little grudge against you.
Did you?
Yeah, because my brother told me that I would never be able to beat you ever.
Oh, wow.
So I felt like I had a grudge against you for that reason.
You didn't like me before you met me. All right. I didn't even do anything. You just didn't like me. All right, cool.
So like I feel like I was really playing for something while you didn't really even know what was on the line then.
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, you're like, oh, I don't care about winning the tournament. I just want to beat you. If I could lose the rest of the tournament, but I just need to be like, after I beat you, text my brother right away. Hey,
I called him immediately. I called him.
If I win, you have to buy me a steak dinner, and if you win, I will buy you a steak dinner at Evo Las Vegas. You buy me the $500 steaks, and I'll buy you the $100 steaks.
All right, stop it right there. This man said before I ever met you, I had something to prove. I had a little grudge about you, and you had no idea because my brother said I will never beat you. Didn't even care about the rest of the tournament. I just wanted to beat you. Don't it be like that sometimes though? We make shit up in our head to where I don't like this certain person or I got something to prove against this person, and the other person is completely oblivious to your existence. They have nothing. It's going la 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 la, just a regular ass day, and you over here with this big ass king-size chip on your shoulder, you know what I'm saying? Try to prove something to yourself. I don't know. I think that's cool though that Justin never knew it. As many times if they, like, I know Justin has actually interviewed Punk before, but this is the first time he actually told him that story. Wild. Anyway, let's continue.
We can do that. Let's do that.
You feel the pressure?
A little bit, but you know,
okay.
I won Evo last year. So
look at that flex. Okay, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that.
They played for some steaks.
It's going to take a long time for this overheat to run down. You see the
they got Tasty Steve actually doing the commentary.
Away. One more hit for Justin to get this after the super convert. He's so slick with it. The dash up, back throw here. You need to do something. He can't do much though because he knows if he can't do any special moves, he can't do any wake ups.
Oh, let's
Get out
go.
them skies.
The comeback?
So it's 1-1? Oh, 2-1, Justin.
What do you think the future competitive scene looks like for Fatal Fury Say the Wolves?
I think it's going to be very good. The longer this game is out, the more crazier the matches are going to get. And I think it's going to be very hyped to watch this at a high level when you start seeing people do just defend, hyper defense, cancel, and they just start making comebacks because, you know, we got rev guards. So I think this game, like, it's going to be so hyped that people are going to love watching it at a high level.
I feel like as a spectator game, people are already getting hyped from just like watching online tournaments, offline tournaments. Like obviously the Evo for finals for Fatal Fury Say the Wolves that just happened in Japan. That one was super exciting to watch as well too. A lot of like kind of emotions were happening. People really wanted to get like those EWC and SWC spots. Do you see it gonna keep staying in Evo like future years?
I think this will be at Evo for quite a while, you know. I think SNK, they always have to have a game at Evo, you know, so, and I think that this will maybe take over KOF at Evo now, and it will be the main SNK game for however long they plan to do this game. I think it'll be, you know, the top game to play there.
Okay, so right now it's 2-1, Justin, but what do y'all think about that? Do you think it's gonna take over KOF? I could see that. Justin asked, how do you think it will, you know, be in the long term after EWC? Punk was like, well, I think the longer the better, as far as like people are going to start seeing some really crazy gameplay. They're already interested in it. I don't know. How true do you think that is? Because right now, it doesn't seem like, this is fucking right now. It doesn't seem like there's too much hype, at least as much as the devs want it there to be. There's obviously people playing it and there's some coverage on it, but we already saw the stats. We already saw the sales. It's lackluster to say the least. Now, not saying it can't change. You know, I don't want to be a fucking Debbie Downer or anything like that. It could change. Anything could change. But as far as like long term, I don't know. And I don't think money is the answer because they threw a shitload of money at it. And you see, we're here now. All that money that they threw at it, and we are still here having this conversation, looking at these low numbers for the sales. So who's to say? Okay, 2-1, Justin so far.
Ready to uppercut at any moment, and he falls for it.
You didn't.
Oh, let me fast forward this part. Watch this.
Oh my God! Nah, I'm not falling for the shimmy, Punk. Come on.
Come on, Justin.
No,
I had to rewind.
And he knows he's ready to uppercut at any moment, and he falls for it.
You didn't.
You heard it.
I see KO. I didn't hear anything.
I think it's 2-2
Nice.
now.
Okay. No guard cancel though.
What a super cancel.
What you were saying?
Okay, fine. Oh,
Nah, that's just crazy.
That was OD? That was my first time trying that, actually.
Wow, you just flexing their first time?
Yeah.
The shimmy?
Oh, what?
You dropped
What's my
it?
combo?
Oh,
Thank
what?
you, man. I appreciate the
dropped it?
support. Faded.
Oh no, you burnt out. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's over?
Am I dead?
It's a wrap.
You did.
I'm dead?
You
Drop
did.
it, drop it, drop it, drop
I'll
it.
style on you though.
No, drop it, drop it.
That's it.
Steak dinner, baby.
Punk actually won. I
You know what's
would
the
have
crazy
put money
part?
that Justin would have won.
I had the win, sort of, but the thing is, I overheated.
Yeah.
Because if I had one more EX move, then I could have done super.
Yeah, I think I was dead.
Yeah, but then I didn't, and then you got the advantage because I was overheat, and you hit your combo, which was, I mean.
But you know what I did there, right? I took the hit on purpose so I could get you into overheat.
Stop.
You know, so you're not thinking that far ahead, Justin. That's why I'm the Evo champ.
You were not.
That's why I'm the Evo champ, Justin.
You
don't
were
think
not
I'm thinking
that,
about
bro.
getting hit on purpose? I looked
Definitely
at the
not.
meter. I'm like, oh, he do 2 EXs. He not looking.
I wasn't looking, but you weren't thinking that far. You were not thinking that far. If you guys.
He was like, I did that shit on purpose. Justin was like, Cap. You ever do that though? You ever like do something, not what Punk's talking about, but you ever like hit the wrong button, do the wrong input, something else came out that you really didn't mean to do and you win. So you claim that shit as if you did it. No, that's what I meant to do that shit. That's what I wanted. That's exactly what I want. No, you bitch. No, you did it. You lost. You fucking won on accident. That's what I'm trying to say. Either way, the link is down below for the full coverage. If you want to watch all the matches and whatnot. It just dropped a few hours ago. How you feeling? Let me know. All right, next up for the Maximilian, this is big news, or I should say huge news for Mortal Kombat buttons that need to be checked. Max just made a video, literally by the time I'm recording this, which is today, Thursday, just a few hours old. So we're gonna go ahead and once again, watch a few clips, links down below for the full action. Let's go.
Sean Hemmerich, been promoted to the studio head at NetherRealm Studios to Senior Vice President of Development. Hemmerich is certainly no stranger to the world of MK, considering he's been credited in titles dating all the way back to Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Sean Hemmerich has been the studio head of NetherRealm Studios for God knows how long. Been up there with Ed. He's more of like the business guy. Ed is like one of the lead creative dudes, but Sean has been like a lead NRS guy for a really long time. I think this goes all the way back to even Mortal Kombat X and games that came before it. Sean has been around there for a very long time, and now he is being moved to Senior Vice President of Development at potentially like WB. Like he's been moved into a higher position than even what was at NetherRealm, sort of like managing and handling the IP of Mortal Kombat and DC. That is not bad news that you finally get somebody that has been around all the tumultuous crap that has happened over the past like several years. Wasn't he credited MK11 as vice president? Yeah, he was literally at the VP, like one of the studio heads of NetherRealm Studios, now being promoted to what I think is an official WB position beyond just the studio one. But let's read forward. The future of the series remains in a question mark. However, with MK1 definitive edition ending, yada, yada, yada. Sold over 5 billion copies, yada, yada, yada. MK and DC will now be under the same sort of umbrella, which could make Injustice 3 being NRS's next title all the more likely. This all comes after WB is reporting gaming division has dropped 48% in the first quarter this year, and WB Games chief David Haddad stepping down from the company. WB also shuttered 3 of its development studios, including Multiverses and Player First Games, just purchasing this less than a year prior. MVS also saw its services close down. There's a new era for WB Games on the horizon. What that means for MK remains to be seen, but clearly they aren't shelving the series since it's going to be one of their main pillars. This also doesn't mention that David Zaslav, like the recent big head of WB, recently got like his paycheck cut to a quarter, making like 22 million a year. Now he's making like 5 to 6. His shares dramatically decreased. Big pay cuts for executives across the board, which is also good things. These are not bad things. These are good things. What they did is they sort of like took different heads that were doing things before, actually closer to game development, and put them in charge of like making decisions, is what it seems like. And that's good news, because now you have people that have been embedded in game development, seemingly checking out and keeping an eye on what's happening with Harry Potter and Game of Thrones, and another one keeping an eye on what's happening with DC and Mortal Kombat. All these will report to JB Perez, CEO of Global Streaming and Games for WB Discovery. This is really good. I'm just gonna say it right now. For the sake of what we're the most interested in, which is probably DC and Mortal Kombat games, this is extremely good news, because now you're gonna have people that actually understand game development a little bit in charge and helping out with decisions and getting approvals and getting, you know, licensing and all that kind of stuff. So the bigger question is, if a new WB guy that's an ex-NRS guy is now looking after DC and Mortal Kombat, does that mean that we're getting Injustice 3? Again, I don't want Injustice 3 to be Injustice 2 again. I don't want that. If they made a whole new Injustice with the new mechanics and the way characters play, sure, I'm down for it. But I don't think that's happening. Reason being, if this giant corporate restructuring is happening right now, where right now studio heads are being given the control of DC video games and Mortal Kombat video games, much more control than they've had before. If that's happening right now, when do you think that game is coming out, man? Like, if right now the overall approval process to continue and make a DC fighting game, an Injustice, that ain't happening until the next generation of consoles, dude. I would just love to see a full ass commitment, not a tag team game. Trust me, you guys are never getting a tag team game again from NetherRealm. I don't think this is happening now. I don't think it's happening in the near future. I think we'll likely have to get iterations of new MK where MK is done right, and we're gonna have to get iterations of Injustice where Injustice is done right.
All right, there you have it. Like I said, link down below if you guys want to check that out. I see that a lot in the comments. You know, anytime we're talking about the future of Mortal Kombat, NetherRealm, a lot of people are putting the finger on WB. A lot of people, what I'm trying to say with that point of view in the FGC, that it's WB. WB is fucking tanking the Mortal Kombat series. I think, didn't they become like a subsidiary back in 2009? Let me see if I can pull this shit up. Hold on. Yeah. Here's the timeline. February 2009, Midway Games, the original developer of Mortal Kombat series, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. May 21st, 2009, Warner Brothers Games submitted a bid to acquire most of Midway's assets, including Chicago and Seattle studios and Mortal Kombat and Wheelchair Man series. July 1st, 2009, the bankruptcy court approved the sale of most of Midway's assets to Warner Brothers. Then we got July 10th, same year. The sale of assets to Warner Brothers was completed. And July 28th, Midway's Mortal Kombat team was rebranded as WB Games Chicago. But then in April of 2010, WB Games Chicago was reincorporated as NetherRealm Studios. Therefore, NetherRealm Studios essentially emerged from the acquisition of Midway Games Chicago studio by Warner Brothers Games in 2009. The studio was officially established as NetherRealm Studios in 2010. And then from there, I went to our Mortal Kombat. I actually noticed there was a survey done a few months ago. I guess somebody wanted to just take a survey on the same subject. Right here saying, is Warner Brothers completely to blame for the failure and cancellation, or is it on NRS? Check this out. Most people voted completely on WB, but right underneath it, mostly on WB, partially on NRS. And then I see the first two comments beneath that saying WB has a very clear record on recent years. They are a shitty venture capital company now, but underneath that saying recent, they've been shit from the get-go. There you have it. How y'all feeling? let me know. All right, last but not least, we got some new Street Fighter 6 DLC news coming. Well, that's what it looks like anyway. We got Capcom Spotlight happening next week, I believe Thursday. They just posted this today, or I should say a few hours ago. Let's check it out. It's a little clip telling everybody to tune in because they got a whole bunch of news days about to drop. Let's check it out. Right here, you can see Capcom USA posting this saying, join us Thursday, June 26, 3 p.m. So that looks like it's what, 5 in the south, 6 in the east for a 40-minute Capcom Spotlight live stream. Get our latest news and extended commentary with developer interviews featuring these games down below. And the first thing they showed was Sagat, right? Let me see if I can replay that real quick. Hold on, I got it right there, yeah. So you know we got some good stuff coming. I think Chakotay actually responded to this. Let me see if I can scroll up. I think he's talking about how they might even give like some costume updates, or he's hopeful anyway. Right here, let me go ahead and pull this up. So Chakotay posted this saying, Sagat will obviously be shown and be revealed to come out next month. I bet they also start showing costume 4s since it'll be summer by then, and they might talk about the buffed fighting game passes that they also mentioned happening in the summer. I'll watch for all these games too. And there you have it. Like I said, it's coming up, so you know we got to cover it. I had to mention that. I just saw that they post this. I was like, hell yeah. The more the merrier as far as like news. I need some news. I know a lot of people, we talked about that survey that we took on Button Check the other day. Over 9,000 of y'all. 9,000 of y'all voted, and you said that Save Viper had the most swag. I don't know if I could argue with that. I mean, she does have some dope-ass drip, you know, with the full renders. But overall, who I'm looking forward to the most, it's Sagat or Alex. I think I'm happy for y'all because I know the Alex mains, y'all dying out there. Y'all been wanting him back so bad. So I'm actually happy for you. I'm happy more so for the community that Alex is back. But as far as me in my household, it's the king, baby. It's Sagat. But that's me. How y'all feeling? Let me know. And that it is, ladies and gents. Definitely let me know how you are feeling. Thank you guys for tuning in one more time. It is Thursday, one day away to the weekend. And like I said in the very beginning of the video, what was I saying? I was saying it's a special day for a special reason. And that is because it is my 13th anniversary for me and the missus. 13 years. 13 years, y'all. So by the time you're watching this, I'm probably doing some 13-year stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna put it out there. We adults, baby. We adults, baby. You know, 13 reasons why. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is it's a special day. She's a special lady, so if you happen to be watching this, baby, know that I love you. I am literally, sounds cliche, but I am literally nothing without you. This doesn't happen without you. Your support, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, y'all. Do you know in the time, I'll tell you how much of a real one she is. There was a time when we got together. We really didn't have much money, right? Then it's kind of went back and forth. There was times I was working, she wasn't working, so I supported us. There's been times where I was between jobs, I wasn't working, she was working, she supported us. And then when I started Button Check, there was times where I had like 3 fucking jobs at once, you know what I'm saying? But there was never a time when she was never down for the grind. You know what I'm saying? There was never a time where she wasn't making sure our family was straight anytime we needed it. You know what I'm saying? For her, for that, I owe her everything. I've never been in a relationship like that. I've been in a lot of relationships in my day. You know what I'm saying? I've been married before. You know, I've never been in a relationship like this. You know, no discredit to anybody else, but I think the more mature you get, the more you learn, the more you become a different and better version of yourself. You know, that's the goal. I've never been with somebody like that to where I really thank God and think that was made for me. What I'm trying to say is, I love you, baby. Happy anniversary. Thank you for everything, because without you, none of this works, right? You are my only buttons that need to be checked. I love you. I love y'all for watching. I will see you soon. If you happen to have somebody in your life, whether it's a fucking birthday, an anniversary, whatever, man, let them know. Show them a little way, a little nugget. Just a little, don't have to be big, just a little nugget of you appreciating them. And that's it. I'm done talking. Thank you guys for everything. I will see you soon. Matter of fact, I will see you tomorrow. As always, I don't know what it is, but I know it's about to get better. Love y'all, fella. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.
That was made for me. You know what I'm saying? So for that, baby, if you happen to be watching, I love you. I don't know why I'm doing this. Is we in the military now? This is the military of love. I'm an officer of love. Makes no sense. Anyway, what the hell I'm trying to say is, y'all, happy birthday. I just said fucking happy birthday. Ooh, it's rough. Listen, it's been 13 years. That's a lot of years.